trick for 2-on-1s for goals is that he takes the proper route in the middle of the ice. We didn't see this when he played on the wing the first couple games, but several times already we've seen him slash through for a nice tight pass. In this case, stretch it out, pick it clean.
Pasaules čempionāta spēlēs Kazahstānas un Vācijas izlasi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship game between Team Kazakhstan and Team Germany.
Vācijas izlases sākuma sastāvs.
The starting six line-up for Team Germany.
Vārdsargs.
35, Matthias Niederlechner.
Aizsargi.
Defenseman.
53.
53, Moritz Seider.
Der wird jetzt mit Hinweis
91, Moritz Müller. Forwards.
Here, Mihalis and Kazakhstan take on Tony Soderholm and Team Germany. Germany is 3-0 in the tournament. A win today would all but clinch a spot in the quarterfinal, which is something Germany has done in 3 of the last 4 World Championship appearances. But Kazakhstan, as we mentioned, has been tough on Germany over the years. There is Moritz Seider, the reigning Swedish Hockey League Defenseman of the Year, as a 20-year-old playing for Rögle in the Swedish Hockey League. Kazakhstan has allowed just 7 goals so far in this tournament in 3 games. 1 shootouts against Latvia and Finland. And in goal for Germany, Matthias Niederberger has played a couple of games with a .969 save percentage. Germany's lineup is deep, 12 different goal scorers and more on the way. They named 4 players to their roster yesterday, including Dominic Cahoon of the Edmonton Oilers, who will arrive presumably in time for the last round-robin game against Latvia on Tuesday. So, Mike, there's a second factor here for Germany. If you're in the bottom 6 of their forward group, you got to make a case to stay in the lineup.
Something to play for in these games because, as you mentioned, new players will be arriving, and you're not going to bring Dominic Cahoon over from Edmonton and not play him. So someone's got to come out. And so not only to try to qualify for the quarterfinals, but to secure your individual spot. Plenty of motivation for a good performance today.
Picked up by Pavel Kolzin. The bulk of these players, 17 of the 26 on their roster, play for Beres Nur-Sultan in the KHL, the Kazakh team in that league, which has had decent results over the years. And here's Seider. Flips it ahead to Tom Kuhnhackl, whose dad Eric is a German hockey legend, their player of the century for the 20th century. And Niederberger out for it, plays for Berlin in the DEL. They won the German League Championship this year. Germany's season was truncated. The playoff series were all best of 3. They beat Wolfsburg in the final series to capture the championship. Shevchenko couldn't reach it. Now Leubel with it. Stefan Leubel plays it ahead. Matthias Plaka, who has scored in all 3 games for Germany, gets tied up there by Victor Svedberg, who celebrated his 30th birthday yesterday. And was also suspended this week.
Happy birthday. All the boxes.
Happy birthday to you. Eisenschmidt plays that back, and a long shot by Novak goes just wide. Brandt pinched up, that's picked up by Mihalis. And now brought in by Nikita Mihalis, the coach's son. Swings that pass rink wide. Starchenko, the captain, in, shoots, rebound off the outside of the post. That was pounded on goal by Ivan Stepanenko, and Kazakhstan came close to grabbing the lead.
Niederberger, quick drink, and thank you very much to the crossbar as a broken play. First shot is initially blocked by Leubel, but it puts it right on a tee for Stepanenko. And Niederberger, who is not the biggest, under 6 feet tall, plays very aggressively, doesn't get as far out of his crease as he'd like. Feet over top of the shoulder, but not the crossbar.
Stepanenko flipped that back in, poked at by Lukas Reichel, terrific young German player. Mihalis with it. Long shot, deflects wide. Reichel, a first-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks in the 2020 draft. Now Starchenko intercepts that. Starchenko pivots back in the corner, drops it back to Mihalis. Looks back in the corner for Falk. Curtis Falk, one of 3 Canadian-born players on this Kazakh team. Now knocked down rink wide. Brought in by Fodel. From the sharp angle, centers it and just missed that pass. Back across for Marcel Nobles. Darren Dietz from Medicine Hat, Alberta shoots, and it's off the stick of Captain Moritz Müller. Up and out of play.
Nobles has been a very good player for Germany in this tournament. He's driving far post, has to string it out to stay onside. Eventually finds a seam, but passed just a little bit behind him from Fodor. And that line has been really good. I mean, Nobles, Reichel, Fodor, all teammates with Mannheim. Playing the same line there quite a bit.
They've each got 2 goals so far in the tournament. There's a long shot by Dietz, which is Stopped by Niederberger. Darren Dietz, a 27-year-old from Medicine Hat, as we mentioned. Had a big year in the KHL. Scored 17 goals in 53 games as a defenseman.
He's probably their most talented offensive player, Darren Dietz. He makes more good plays with the puck than anybody else.
Shestakov for the face-off against Maximilian Kastner. Germany's last medal in this tournament was a silver back in 1953. This is their 14th straight year in the top group. Their best finish in 2010. Lost the bronze medal game and finished 4th. But there are good things brewing in German hockey. Kastner. A poke check there, stripped away by Matukov, who plays it back to center ice. Tim Stützle had a big rookie year for the Ottawa Senators. Lucas Reichel is a promising prospect. You have Moritz Seider here on defense.
JJ Paterka, who started the World Junior, was just added in the latest crop of players to the active roster. Now, it's a bigger roster this year. Usually it's 22 skaters and 3 goalies. This year, 25 skaters and 3 goalies.
So the three of the 4 players who were added were already with Germany in the bubble. So they can play anytime. They passed their quarantine, all their testing. When Cahoon gets here, presumably arrived today. This is day 1 for him. He can play on day 6, which would be Tuesday.
Which is the last game of the round robin portion. So get 1 in before the quarterfinals and the knockout round.
The Germany win today, as we mentioned, would all but secure a quarterfinal spot. There's a long shot. Italy could catch them.
We're not going to get into the minutia of all the different ways that it could possibly not go, but if you get a random regulation 12 points, maybe Canada could tie them, but they'll have the tiebreaker given that they beat Canada head-to-head.
They've already beaten Norway and Canada. They would have beaten Kazakhstan today, so that would get it done for them.
And I think they envision the possibility of what could be in this tournament. There's been lots of upsets, plenty of historical moments. Teams that have never beaten other teams, it's happened 3 or 4 times in this tournament already. So why not make a run deep and go for a medal, not just get to the quarters?
Here's Plachta with it, centering pass, just missed Eisenschmied. Back at the point is Corbinian Holzer, who leads this tournament in plus-minus. Wagner, that long shot drifts wide. Nikita Boyarkin has played every minute of every game for Kazakhstan so far, and there have been more than 60 in 2 of those games. They've gone to shootouts in their first 2. They have not led except for the end of those 2 shootout games. But the game against the United States was the first time when they fell behind by more than a goal.
Offense is not easy to come by, as it is for a lot of countries.
You see Blacker chips out ahead. Knocked down in the corner by Novak and picked up at center ice by Igor Shalapov.
That's a play. You got to make a better play there along the wall. Can't just chip it up to the defenseman. Go off the glass or find a better option.
Shevchenko plays it ahead for Kolzin. Back is Novak to pick it up. Sagadeyev stepped into him. And a move ahead by Nobles for Reichel, who could really fly. A big collision there at center ice with Stepanenko.
No problem with that hit. You want to try to poke and go, and guys going to skate right through. You put yourself in a vulnerable spot, Lucas Reichel, not even thinking about getting it there, just thinking about poking it past the checker.
Krasner plays it ahead for Leon Bergman of the San Jose Sharks. And now fired down by Leon Gavanka, terrific looking prospect for Germany, a 21-year-old who played this year for Manitoba in the American League.
And every time there's a big collision, you got to watch out, but you can't hit the head there. You just can't. And those angled checks, we've seen them all year long in the NHL, internationally as well. Does he?
That was close.
That's a lot of head contact. And you hear the guys on the ice yelling at the referees. Watching that angle again, that's usually a penalty in international hockey.
And Tony Soderholm, the German coach, giving it to the referees. Andres Ansons from Latvia and Lassi Heikkinen from Finland. Here's Jonas Miller with a long shot. That is the goal post. Right through the traffic, and Boyarkin never saw it.
One crossbar each.
Jonas Miller drops that down. Matukov up ahead for Mihalis, who drops that back. Makukov. Lead pass for Mihalis, moving in with Volk. Cross ice pass to Curtis Volk. Drops it back for Dietz. Mariev comes off the bench. Now a centering pass poked right through, and Dietz couldn't reach it as Romarov played that back in for him. Bergman drops it off. Kramer moves in, and it goes off the stick of Blacker, up and out of play. But Kazakhstan came very close to grabbing its first lead in the hockey game. No score here in the first period. No score here in the first period. Later on today in this building, Canada will take on Norway. Canada still looking for its first win at this World Championship. Russia playing Denmark at the moment. Later on tonight, Belarus plays Great Britain. Launched up in the air by Svedberg, back to center ice and knocked down by Moritz Müller. Tom Kuhnhackl moves that ahead for Reeder. Tobias Reeder shoots from a sharp angle. Boyarkin makes the save. Back at the point, Moritz Müller, a shot tipped in front by Reeder, saved by Bergen. Oh, he reaches back. Either he got the butt end of his stick on that or it hit the goalpost, but that was so close to the game's first goal.
Good motion, Reeder all alone in front. Nice tip, rebound, Corral just couldn't quite create the angle.
Now Leubel slides in. Leubel plays for Mannheim, as you mentioned, in the German league. Drops it back to Holzer, a centering pass. Poke checked away by Boyarkin. Wagner to Holzer. Sends that backdoor for Leubel. That missed. A race for it now, and it's scooped up by Panyukov for Kazakhstan. Panyukov centers it, and that shot dribbles wide from Lekoknikov, who's playing in his first game of the tournament for Kazakhstan. Lekoknikov leaves that there in the corner. Eisenschmied back for Wagner. In comes Plachta with it. Reichel steps back on the ice for Germany, so good news there. Marcel Brandt, daring offensive defenseman, had it roll off his stick. And played back around by Petuha. Novak in the corner for Nobles. Nobles slides that back for Novak. It skips off his stick and back down the ice. Niederberger. Long lead pass for Fodel, bounced away from him. Dietz plays it back around for his partner Makukov. They play a ton for Kazakhstan. All situations. Lead pass for Dietz, leading the rush. Dietz works in, trying to pull that around Brandt. Colson centers a bouncing puck in front, a little backhand shot taken there. And a great chance for Shevchenko, turned away by Niederberger. Now Dietz winds and shoots. That goes off the foot of Lucas Reichel. German defender Brandt, no stick. Dietz plays it back for Makukov. Zagadeev tried to center it. Kazakhstan's had its chances here in the early going. Shots are even at 3 apiece. Picked up by Fodel. Fodel for Berlin. And the DEL mentioned they won the German championship. Kastner. Lead pass for Frederick Tiffels. That was knocked away. And Volk winds his way in, drops it back. And Starchenko plays it back in, the captain for Kazakhstan. Tiffels waiting for it. Starchenko stepped into him. And Gavanka has it back now for Germany. Gavanka up for Tiffels. That was broken up by Starchenko. Now Kastner plays it across to Tiffels. Bouncing puck to Starchenko. Plays it back ahead. And Gavanka's got it back for Germany. Kastner chips that back ahead. Svedberg's got it. And the giant Kazakh defenseman fires that down, but the play was offside at the German line.
You're right. Kazakhstan just really hasn't generated very much in this tournament, but they've had several good looks in this game already. Shevchenko trying to bang it around, and it's come with adding extra dimensions up the ice off the rush. And there you see Reeder banking one in off the side of the net, not quite able to create enough angle. And when you go down, puck goes up. Put yourself at the mercy of high shots. Bjarkin gets pretty small for a guy who's 6'2". He gets pretty low on those crouches.
Signer back for it. Signer, the Detroit first-round pick, 6th overall in the 2019 draft, played that ahead. Nicely called against Germany.
Tobias Reeder played quite a bit in the NHL, almost 500 games, a variety of teams. Played in Kitchener in the OHL. He's a solid player, but you see this combination of speed and strength. It always hasn't translated into offense.
Played this year in Buffalo, scored 5 goals in 44 games.
Kind of the norm for him. You know, he's a 7, 8, 9, 10 goal scorer. Except for that 1 year.
Edmonton, 67 games played, no goals.
That's a tough run.
Reeder winds in, centering pass,
Good
just missed
back
Kuhnhackl.
Shin just got a poke on it.
Komarov bumped by Kuhnhackl, loose puck picked up by Seider. Drops that back to Moritz Müller, the captain of this German team. 18 years he's played for Cologne in the DEL.
So long ago that we played together in my brief time with Cologne. It's called Mo Mala Mo Problems. When he was just a kid starting out. What a nice career he's had.
5 players from the German team that finished 2nd at the 2018 Olympics. The gold medal game lost to the Olympic athletes from Russia. Then they had a terrific World Junior after being ravaged by COVID in the early going. That shot taken by Shalapov deflects away. Eisenschmidt back with it. Up ahead to Leubel. Germany changing as he plays it across to Matthias Plachta. And Plachta, a little hesitation that put Eisenschmidt offside. 8:40 remaining here in the first period. You're watching the 2021 World Hockey Championship. Shots are even at 3 apiece. No score in the first period between Germany and Kazakhstan.
Feels like there have been more action than just 6 shots combined.
Right.
A couple crossbars, near misses in front.
Fodel plays that ahead. Svedberg got it stripped away by Reichel. Reichel couldn't find it at his feet, now drops it back to Fodel. Noble back to Brandt. Brandt works it and shoots, and that's blocked. And is laying down in front of that was Shevchenko. And that's a big body getting in front of that shot. Shevchenko comes in at 6'5", 230 pounds. There's Dietz back at the point. For Maklukov to Volk. Back to Maklukov. The centering pass was blocked by Brandt. Marcel Brandt plays it along the boards. Kastner Finds Nobles. Germany changing as Nobles pivots back and buys some time at center ice. Well, that to be completed.
Well, he had Castor wide open in front. Everyone started chasing Nobles around the neutral zone. Castor would have been in alone.
Kastner drops it back for Bergman. Now Volk's got it back. He's got Starchenko way ahead, but couldn't find him with the pass. Eisenschmidt drops it back for Jonas Muller. Muller picks up the puck behind the net, throws it back in front. Dietz breaks that up. Back to the point. Novak flips that wide. A centering pass. Bergman on it. Slides that back. Novak a shot that deflects off a stick and wide. Mihalis. Bouncing puck chopped down by Miller. Jonas Muller drops it back. Starchenko gathers it back up. He and Volk head up the ice. Starchenko. Strip of the puck by Jonas Muller. Lays that pass ahead. Bergman in, shoots, and Boyarkin makes the stop and hangs on to that.
Bergman, the latest person to test Boyarkin. You mentioned the shot block. You see an awful lot of this, like a kick save though. Goaltender, get out, get wide. That should hurt on the inside of the ankle, but Shevchenko shakes it off and keeps on going with a smile, no less. Something every team does very well. Commitment to get in front of point shots.
Romerov drops it back, and Shin had that roll away. Shin gathers it back up to the point to Shalapov. That shot goes wide. Romerov back with it now for Kazakhstan. Banks that down to Shestakov. Shin back with it. Back at the point, that's held by Stepanenko, but the pass broken up by Seider.
Oh, that cold shoulder on Shin. He was coming to make a hit. Seider saw him coming, initiated, and protected the puck.
Kuhnhackl winds his way in. Chips it around Stepanenko. Kuhnhackl centers it in a quick shot by Wagner, and Boyarkin got a piece of that. Romerov lays it back to center ice. Kuhnhackl leaves it there for Gavanka. Wagner winds in. That's kicked away by Boyarkin. That pass picked off by Plachta. Matthias Plachta sends it across, and that's broken up. Shestakov with a giveaway there. Wagner up ahead for Plachta. Looks ahead. Eisenschmidt, a backhand shot, hit the side of the goal. Leubel back to Gavanka. Cross he goes for Wagner. And Wagner slides it back in. Eisenschmidt to Plachta. And Matthias Plachta. The tangle up there with Patuhov. Now Eisenschmidt, a centering pass, just bounced away from Reichel. Gavanka. Tangled up for Hochnikov. Nobles falls. He can't clear it out. And finally kicked ahead by Gavanka. But Kazakhstan keeps it alive. Shevchenko in there. And Shevchenko bumped down by Plachta.
He's strong on his skates, is he not, Plachta? Every collision he seems to come out the better of.
Sturdy veteran, 30-year-old. Jonas Muller for Nobles, up for Reichel. Lucas Reichel poke check. Fodel tried to bring it in, now Nobles on it. Nobles works free. Sends it back in front. Fodel with a backhand shot, that goes wide. Shevchenko calling for it. Moves it across the line, end of a shift for him. Shevchenko peels back, waiting for help to arrive. And he's taken down along the boards. A tripping call is going to come to Germany. Corbinian Holzer will go off, and the first power play of the game goes to Kazakhstan.
The 2021 IIHF statistics. Team statistics. And live updates. Available on your smartphone in multiple languages. The 2021 IIHF app. Advice go to download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Kazakhstan is 2 for 7 on the power play in the tournament, has a chance to take its first lead within a game in the tournament.
What will do with themselves if they're able to get one here? Managed to find 2 shootout victories in their first 2 games, coming from behind.
And both their power play goals scored in the tournament tied games. Volk back across to Savitsky. Mihalis pokes it free. Volk back on it. Loose at the side of the goal. Bouncing puck, and that's backhanded down the ice by Novak. Victor Svedberg. He played 26 games for Chicago 5 years ago. Lead pass for Volk. It's onside for Mihalis. And Mihalis plays it back around. Sider. Hard off the glass and back down the ice. So there's Sider, the 20-year-old on the power play, killing penalties. Playing in the top pair for Germany.
Does he do all that in his rookie year in Detroit? Does he play in every situation? He'll probably penalty kill. See, he's getting the first unit power play guy right away. That's one of the few questions you have about him at this point. He's been rock solid and looks, oh, that one's off the scoreboard.
First one we've seen here.
It's not that high. I'm surprised we haven't seen it before, actually.
So that'll take the face-off back down to the German end. One thing I guess you'd say about Sider perhaps is he plays the game with an edge, but in the NHL, you can wind up getting punched in the face.
The edge cuts both ways.
Right.
I'd rather have a guy that has an edge, I gotta try them to calm down, than a player where you gotta try to ramp him up.
Face off, one back to Starchenko. Back for Romerev. Shevchenko parked in front. Romerev. Back across to Shin, who has one of the power play goals for Kazakhstan in the tournament. Romerev. Poke check there by Jonas Müller at the line. Dietz able to hold it. 25 seconds to go in the Kazakhstan power play. Long cross ice pass for Starchenko. Goes back to Dietz, has time in, shoots, and that's blocked by Reeder. Once again, the Germans are up at the bench, saluting a shot block.
Yeah, you hear them. They lots of encouragement when their guys get down. Reeder getting the shin pad taps for that block. And we know Dietz chews up a lot of the offense from the blue line, and that's well done. You close as quickly as you can, and then as the puck is getting released, then you go sideways. And you get the maximum amount of coverage. I think I read that. That's not from experience.
Maybe heard that on the bench.
Somebody else was talking about how to block shots. I was eavesdropping.
But you killed penalties. How'd you not block shots?
We didn't have to slide. I blocked him standing up. I was very much, you go out, get your legs together, try to get in the shooting lane. We didn't go down and low and sideways. I never really felt comfortable bringing my face down towards the puck. Tried to be good with the sticks, you never got yourself in a position where you had to do it.
Loyable won that face-off, but Kazakhstan keeps it alive. Final seconds of the power play. Maglukov lost that towards the goal, way high. Starchenko leaves it for Dietz, back in the corner. Starchenko. Holter steps back on the ice. Lawrence Miller finds him with a pass. And Holter in an unaccustomed position leading the rush.
Most guys are reading the play, stepping out of the box, and they're thinking, please turn it over. Spring me for a breakaway. Holter had a chance, and he was thinking nothing but how do I get back in my own end, chip it in, and get off.
Total up for Nobles with Reichel. Nobles moves in. That drop pass picked up by Shevchenko. The penalty coming now to Kazakhstan for a hook. And Sagadeyev's going to go off. And so moments after killing off a Kazakh power play, Germany will get its first man advantage.
Recognize the danger when you're on the back check. It's a 2-on-2. You have support back there. Both defensemen are nicely gapped up. No need to reach into the hands. It's an easy call to make. And Germany will go to their first power play the last 90 seconds of this period.
Germany 2 for 9 on the power play in the tournament.
Ivanka, a little stick business. Broken blade, change it up. And a nice year with the Manitoba Moose. Just 21 years old.
He has a power play goal for Germany. He and Tippels have the 2 power play goals for Germany in the tournament.
I think he'll be a mainstay for the next decade on this German national team.
Gavanka plays that back for Brandt. Brandt across to Nobles, back to Brandt. Lots of traffic in front. Brandt sends it across to Nobles. In for Gavanka. Back to Brandt. Swings there to Nobles, to Gavanka. Trying to pry this thing open. Gavanka drops it down. Reckel sends it back across. Loose puck in front, and Gavanka keeps it alive. Back for Nobles. Final minute of the first period. Brandt across to Nobles. Nobles with time. Centers it. Fodal, a quick shot by Arkin, save. Rebound, Fodal turned away again. Reichel with a chance, and it rolled off his stick. Gavanka drops it back to Brandt. They crisscross. Brandt swings it across to Nobles. Back to Brandt. Gavanka teed up for the one-timer, but Brandt goes the other way. Now looks back to Gavanka. Brandt shoots. That's blocked by Shevchenko. And they'll send it down the ice.
One really good look, and it all came from the field between Nobles and Fordel. Just finding his stick in the high slot there. Everything else on the outside.
Up ahead for Plachta. Shoots at the flex wide. Loyable fires. That goes wide as well. And Germany will have 31 seconds of power play time to carry over into the second period.
Pretty cautious game on both sides. Goaltending was good. A couple of crossbars, and Germany has yet to really turn up the tempo in a game that they'll have the advantage in.
You're watching the 2021 World Hockey Championship from Riga, Latvia. Our first intermission is coming right up.
For the last 2 years, we had to pause the game that we love. But the love for the game has never died. Ice hockey is ours. Our endless spirit, our passion, our love. Little by little, the IIHF is bringing the game back. It is time to get back on the ice.
Игра состоит из множества моментов. Каждый момент приближает тебя к выигрышу. Ближе и ближе. Движение за движением. Касание за касанием. Момент за моментом. И победа у тебя.
Результат спецвідного періоду. Казахстан з класи 0, Латвія з класи 0. Метр два періоду періоду. Латвія з класи 9, Казахстан з класи 4.
That's good. Keep the stick close. Hey, Sider, keep it down, keep it down. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Heads up, heads up. Up, up, up. Loose. No hands! No hands!
final spot for them.
Although they will be undefeated through 4 and thinking about not just making the quarterfinals, but perhaps, you know, grabbing a first or second seed, staying in this building, get a better matchup for that quarterfinal game.
One trick to all this, Latvia's in this group as Eisenschmied moves in. If Latvia qualifies for the quarterfinals, they automatically play in this ring.
With the rumor appearance of some fans, perhaps.
Lots of talk about that. Plachta drops it back to Seider. Plachta and Seider playing pitch and catch. Seider back across to Eisenschmied to Seider. Seider shoots and hit the leg of Leubel. Eisenschmied back with it. Final seconds of the power play and a quick shot lifted wide by Leubel. Zagadeev steps back on the ice for Kazakhstan. Seider goes back. Icing was waved off as Plachta raced back for it.
Why would that not have been icing?
Greater minds than mine at work here, Michael. Tiffel sends it down. Here's Starchenko, the Kazakh captain with it. Starchenko has played in 10 IIHF lower division tournaments. Division 1A, Division 1B.
Won't really matter to Kazakhstan this year as they've won a couple games in a shootout. But there is no relegation this year. The lower level tournament's not able to take place. So the countries being promoted aren't around. So the same 16 teams should be in Finland next year.
Here's Starchenko with it, looking for Shin, holds and shoots. That goes wide, a great chance there. Shin was alone at the side of the net, but Starchenko couldn't get him the puck. Ball in the corner for Shin, that bounces off a shin pad. Kramer up ahead to Kuhnhackl with some room, trying to flip that ahead, and Romarov raced back for Kazakhstan, throws that ahead. Shestakov back for Shin. Alexander Shin, who scored against Latvia, plays it back. And that shot by Shalapov deflected away.
Nice job by Novak boxing out, but then also seeing the puck coming down, squaring up to block it, while also controlling his check.
Kuhnhackl drops that back. Thodel got tied up along the boards. Kuhnhackl reaching in for it. Germany plays Finland on Saturday after a couple of days off. That'll be an intriguing matchup. As Novak with a long shot, that got through and Boyarkin made the save. Now banked down the ice and a race for it, and that'll be icing against Kazakhstan.
Definitively, you say. Well done, as Starchenko's had a couple looks. The captain, you've seen him with pretty good hands. Might wait a little bit too long on this one. He has Shin driving the back door. He gets the first drag and pull, but allows the second cover and Wagner to get over with his stick. Just a little bit too slow to develop. He's in a great spot. That ability to change angles and get shots through, more and more important.
Marcel Nobles with it. Flips that back around. Played back by Bergman. Thodel. Back for Moritz Seider. Seider shoots. That goes wide. Seider still growing into that 6'4" frame. He's listed at 198 pounds.
Size and strength is good, but you got to make sure that how well he can skate and how quickly he can think. The puck decisions at a higher speed. And that's what you have
down
to.
Shalapov there.
There's no question he's strong on his skates, and he's not shy, as you mentioned, about physical play.
Kastner was stripped of the puck. Lahotnikov shoots from a sharp angle. Niederberger save, loose on the side of the goal. Picked up. Lahotnikov drops it back. Matvukov plays that across. Lahotnikov centered it. Dietz to Lahotnikov. Try to center that bouncing puck in front. Digging for it there was Panyukov. And some more good pressure by Kazakhstan. Savitsky. Matvukov. Now Savitsky in, shoots. Missed that wide. Dietz at the other point. His first instinct is always to shoot. Centers it.
Gotta get that off quicker. Gord, you're right in front now. That Savitsky having it right on his stick. Never gonna have time to stick handle there. Zavitsky tries to dust it off and chance never materializes.
Sagadeyev has that go off a stick over the glass and out of play. 15.5 to go here, and Artyom Lahotnikov making his tournament debut with a great chance here.
Kastner tries to put the puck through the forecheck, returns over. Sider was jumping up, so a bit of a break. Tight angle shot, and then Lahotnikov again misses on a good opportunity. Plays for Torpedo this past year.
Ust-Kamenogorsk.
We call him Torpedo. You call him Ust-Kamenogorsk.
There is a Kazakh domestic league.
Goes through.
As Ryder got through there for a moment, the puck deflected away.
You see that little gap, you think, I'm gonna split the D here. I got all kinds of chances. By the time you commit to it, seam is long gone.
In comes Jesse Blacker, the Toronto native, stripped there by Jonas Miller. Reeder steps around a Colson. That drop pass picked off and moved away by Sagadeyev. And here's Kazakhstan again, shortening a game. We've got a little bit away from them against the United States, but other than that, it's been one goal or tied almost the entire time.
And that keeps your belief up, even when you're getting outplayed. And we've seen it, lucky break on an icing call, power play goal. Whatever it takes, you're just one moment away from tying it. And that's where it got away from the States, where they got down by a few.
Bergman, crisp pass ahead. Kramer plays it back across, and Starchenko got a stick on that to take it away from Kuhnhackl. Bergman drops it back. Födel for Novak. Back for Födel. That goes off a stick. Nobles centers it. Födel trying to pull that free, and it's knocked away by Mihalis.
In a couple of shifts in a row, we haven't seen Lukas Reichel out with his normal line mates.
Yeah, so in comes Volk now for Kazakhstan. Centers it, and that just missed Starchenko. And now Germany breaks out 5 wide. Födel moves in, cross ice pass in behind Nobles. So Reichel was shaken up in that first period collision, did return as Shin moves in, shoots, scores! Alexander Shin with a rocket, and Kazakhstan has grabbed the lead.
Wow, a heavy, heavy shot from Shin, high slot. He comes up a little bit late, gets it past the shot blocker and wires it over top of the shoulder of Niederberger. Not the best change for Germany. You see it's a bit of a 4-on-3, everyone backs up, and I don't know if that ticks off the heel of Brandt or not, but you see Stepanenko push back the defenseman, Shin slide in. Oh, it did, hit off Brandt's foot. Probably explains the slow read by Niederberger.
So Shin's got his second goal of the tournament.
And Kazakhstan has a lead.
So it's hard to describe a team that's actually won 2 games taking its first lead, but this is their first lead within a game. What page of the playbook is this?
A dust off a chapter they have not read.
Germany, the big emotional win over Canada.
Yeah, you're so right. Get a little bit flatter. You're just getting into Reichel perhaps not playing in this period. So their lines are a bit disjointed.
Plachta back to Siner, rink wide pass. And Leubel couldn't reach it. Lahotnikov back for it. Kazakhstan did have a positive COVID test prior to the tournament. They didn't announce who it was. You wonder if it's Lahotnikov, who was a 9-goal scorer in the regular season in the Kazakh League. Moritz Müller works in, that backhand shot goes wide. Back around to Plachta. Plachta centers it. Eisenschmidt had that blocked by Lahotnikov. Sider. Rink wide for Gavank. Had to wait for Müller to get off the ice. And Sider's got it back, but has to wait for a line change to be completed. Knocked down by Lahotnikov. And the play's offside at the Kazakh line. And Sider into it with Panyukov. Linesman got spilled there.
Skated into his stick. Accidental. Nothing doing.
Kazakhstan's in the top group for the first time since 2016. They were relegated in their previous 5 appearances in the championship. They won't be this year, but think of this. Kazakhstan entering this tournament had won 2 of its previous 32 games. That long shot drifting wide from Nobles. Both those wins, by the way, were in overtime, so Kazakhstan's last 4 wins in the World Championship have all been past regulation.
It's amazing what a great goaltending performance can do for confidence and keeping your team in it.
Ivanka flips that wide. Here's Jonas Miller with it.
I would expect a response here from Germany now, snapping to attention, knowing the opportunity that's in front of them. Not having their best half game just yet.
But Mike, you've played on big ice. It's really hard to press.
You can't force it. It's a very good point. You can't force the action. You have to somehow be very aggressive while staying patient. It's a weird balance to find.
Födel works it rink wide. Cromer centering pass tipped wide. What a chance there. Nobles just missed. Svedberg back on it. Plays it down to Blacker. Jesse Blacker, former Windsor Spitfire in the OHL, won the Memorial Cup with him in 2009. Lifts it back down. Wagner back forward for Germany. Crossing goes to Holzer. Lead pass to Bergman. Bergman winds it and shoots. And the save made by Boyarkin. And he'll hang on.
Getting the sense that it's going to get a little bit busier for Boyarkin the second half of the game. Bad forecheck for Kazakhstan, gets 3 forwards caught, and a nice attempt. That puck is coming through so fast. Noibel just couldn't square up his blade enough to angle it into the net.
Shots in the period are 4-1 in favor of Kazakhstan. Holzer sends that back in front. That was knocked away. A good stick there by Stepanenko. Vestikov had that poked away. Tobias Reeder jumps in across the line, slides that across. Kuhnhackl shoots, scores! Tom Kuhnhackl ties the game for Germany.
Woo! Tom Kuhnhackl, I mean, he's showing some stuff. He's got 2 goals in the tournament. Both have been highlight reel variety under the bar. One on the backhand, this one on the forehand. Tobias Reeder drives the center lane and draws in both defensemen and smartly kicks it over to Kuhnhackl, who has all kinds of time to step into and blast it over the shoulder, but Reeder drawing 3. That is some kind of shot from Kuhnhackl. Head up, back of the net.
Spent the entire year with Bridgeport in the American Hockey League. Scored just 4 goals. 5 NHL seasons with Pittsburgh and the Islanders.
Defensive player, strong on the puck, good on the boards. Not known for high-level finishing. That was a nice clapper.
Opnikov taken down. Here's Eisenschmied back with it. So Rockets for both sides. Shin for Kazakhstan, Kuhnhackl for Germany, and it's a 1-1 tie. We have not seen a lot of goals like that on this side of the draw.
We just don't see a lot of breaks where guys have time to step into it without it getting blocked. There's always multiple people diving in front of it. A little skirmish on the icing call.
And that's Panyukov back into it for Kazakhstan, who's been in the middle of things here this afternoon.
That'll calm things down on the bench for Germany. Look at all the blue jerseys drawn into Rieder. Everyone focused on him. Shalapov steps up, and Kuhnhackl makes no mistake. And coach likes that one. Back on even terms, not trailing too long.
Soderholm's an interesting guy. He's 43 years old, went to high school in Canada at Trinity College School in Ontario. Went to UMass for 4 years. He was a longtime player in the Finnish league for IFK.
A very good one at that.
Yeah, IFK Helsinki is a very good team, and he was a longtime player for them. Went to Germany for 1 year to play for Munich. And after that first year, went to do his contract for the next year. And Don Jackson, the GM, said, you know what? You might be a coach. Sider shoots, it goes off a leg, and so he became an assistant coach instead of a player. And
kind of a pretty good perspective to take that news as positive. I'm going to go become a coach, and I'm no longer a good enough player.
He talks about the two influences being Alpo Suonen, who was his longtime coach at IFK.
One of my former coaches with the Leafs.
And Don Jackson, who was a former National Hockey League player, Stanley Cup winner with Edmonton. Sider plays it across, or it's Mueller's shot, and that goes off the leg of Shevchenko.
Another kick save by Shevchenko. You know who their emergency goaltender is going to be.
Well, Soderholm's had some interesting mentors, and his German program is on the rise. 6th in 2019 in its last appearance at the World Championship.
He's still young enough. He can relate to the players. They can relate to him. They would understand that he was a legitimate good player himself, which always carries a little bit more weight in the room.
Sider. Up ahead for Kramer, who lifts that down to the Kazakh zone. Dietz with it. Long lead pass to Starchenko, drops it back for Volk. Volk wheels his way in, drops it back for Mihalis. And Mihalis was stripped from behind by Tiffels, and Germany brings it back 3 wide. Tiffels, along with Leubel. That pass in the feet of Leubel. Tiffels is poke checked by Mihalis. Moritz Müller plays it back in. Leon Bergman tried to drop that back. It's picked off by Mihalis. He's been one of the shootout heroes for Kazakhstan in this tournament. Mihalis drops it back. Return pass from Shalapov. Kavanka played that ahead for Tiffels. A race for it now. Leubel in on Shalapov.
One thing linesmen don't do in this tournament is pick up broken sticks. In the NHL, they scrape them off the ice, they dump them in the penalty box, between the benches to get them off. They just leave them out there until the next whistle. Add it to the list, Gord. Add it to the list.
When you run hockey, it's all going to be different. It's going to be amazing.
That's right. Penalties called when infractions occur.
Shin plays a rink wide. Romerov in, shoots, that bounces off a leg. Picked up by Kastner and dropped back to Holzer. There's more than a few fans in North America would like to see some penalties called, as they should be. Leader to Holzer. Now Holzer spins and shoots. He put that wide. Novak plays it back around. It's that broken stick.
Kastner's so tired he can barely swing at the puck.
Blacker banks it around for Svedberg, native of Gothenburg, Sweden. Which will be the host city for the World Junior in a couple of years. Plachta in, shoot, scores! Matthias Plachta snaps it by Boyarkin. Germany has grabbed the lead, and Plachta has scored in every game.
What was that? Plachta with a laser. Casually, wasn't skating fast. Puck's turned up right away. He gets a little bit of space, but just snipes it. And a lot of players don't even try to shoot from that far out. He's not even at the top of the circle yet. Doesn't touch Blacker's stick. That is clean on Boyarkin.
Plachta now tied for the tournament goal scoring lead with his 4th.
That had some MPHs on it that I was not expecting.
Plachta plays for Mannheim in the DEL, his 11th season there. Played in the World Junior for Germany back in 2011.
Conversation.
And are we going to review here?
It's an offside challenge, perhaps? Yeah.
Yep.
Linesman heading into the box.
So Yuri Mihalis is going to challenge this for offside. There's the universal symbol for
We know what that
video
means.
review.
Now, you don't generally challenge unless you know you're going to win it.
Well, here's the wrinkle here. Some of the teams have the Hawkeye system here, some don't. So the Hawkeye system allows you to look very closely at it and blow it up and everything else. I don't think every team has it. It's not provided by the tournament.
That seems a bit of a competitive imbalance, but hopefully Mihalis gets the look that he needs. Plachta's a little tense right now, wondering if they're going to take this one away, because that was a beauty.
That's got to be an awful feeling.
It's one of the worst. Okay, there's puck just about to cross.
Oh.
No, puck is his foot on the ice. It's certainly on the blue. Now here's a better look. Oh,
No, he's
well,
offside. It's offside.
because the foot's in the air. So again, the international rules have not adopted the vertical plane adjustment that the NHL has made.
Right.
So your foot has to be in contact with the blue paint of the blue line as the puck enters completely in the zone. That leg was pretty close to being above the blue paint, but not in contact with it. And this will be another goal taken backward. Every time they go to these things, the goals get taken away. Boyarkin gets bailed out by the review. And it is a bad feeling. You're hoping, please, drag your foot. No.
So Mihalis, little grin on the Kazakh bench.
He's got a great demeanor behind the bench. Yeah, looks like he enjoys himself.
So it remains a 1-1 tie.
Take away Plachta's
Is that
fourth.
is that the fifth goal we've had disallowed on this side, or sixth now? We've had,
Once we get past 3, I stop counting. There's just been many.
there was 3 for offside. I think 2 were kick-ins.
That's right, we had kick in where they didn't get a piece of it with their stick after the fact.
And now an interference call right off the face-off.
Wow.
And Germany goes to the power play. Interference is called on Pavel Akolzin of Kazakhstan, who didn't like the call one bit, and Germany, which had a goal disallowed a moment ago, goes on the power play. Face-off won by Leubel, back to Seider. That long pass down, backhand shot taken there by Tiffels, turned away by Boyarkin. Eisenschmidt to Seider. Back to Eisenschmidt, Plachta is teed up for the one-timer. Tiffels, a centering pass, goes back to Plachta. Cross to Eisenschmidt. Leubel got dumped in front. Eisenschmidt winds in, winds and shoots off the stick of Shestakov and back down the ice. And Seider has to race back. Spatuhov was all over him. Seider with a head of steam in across the line, swings that rink wide for Leubel. That was close to offside too. Leubel swings it back. Eisenschmidt shoots, scores! Eisenschmidt fires it in. A power play goal. And Germany does have the lead, 2-1.
Our first reaction is the same. That was close to offside on Seider's rush at the blue line. love Seidenberg taking what the defense gives him. You want to chase me behind the net while you're shorthanded. I'm going to drive it all the way up. And eventually Leubel finds Eisenschmied. Everybody's pushed deep. And a nice shot short side off the post. As long as Seider didn't put himself offside, that one should be good.
Eisenschmied had a couple of assists in the game against Italy. It's his first goal of the tournament.
That's a tough one for Kazakhstan. They get the challenge correct. Goal that shouldn't count, it doesn't. And then a marginal call off the face-off. And I think see if they're going to maybe take another look.
I think they're going to challenge this one too.
Here we go. Now Eisenschmied's saying, what is going on? You said it real time. As you watch, you can feel when something appears offside or close to it. And that one felt on the release of the puck. Did he pass it and then skate into the zone? He's going so fast. Did Seider put himself offside? It didn't look like Leubel was dragged in the offensive zone. I think it just might be, did Seider pass it himself as, and see, there's the problem. Now is that puck?
So he passes it back.
And his left heel is gonna lose because it's on the ice, so it's gotta be on contact with the ice. And the puck can't be across all the way across the line. Now it's in the air. Oh, great look at it here, guys.
Oh, that's close.
That is very, very close. We might be here for a while.
Thanks for that.
Well, I mean, if we're watching it.
Now, he passed the puck. Doesn't he still have...
No, he no longer has possession when it's ripping away. If it's one thing if you're stick handling it, but he's kicked it 30 feet to the boards. As soon as it's off his blade, the intent is no longer to maintain possession.
So okay,
it's gone now.
Right.
It's long gone. And it's just about the heel of his left skate versus the...
Oof. I think that's onside.
I think that is too close for me to make a decision. And that didn't take as long as it thought it would.
Hang on, you're the analyst. You have to make a call.
I need a frame by frame to see which cross is going to be a good goal. There it is. Never in doubt. And somebody has to go to see the box, and so Dad says, son, get in there. As Nikita Mihalis, coach of Yuri's son, is forced to serve the bench minor. Keep it all in the family.
So a power play goal for Germany from Eisenschmied.
And then they double down, challenge, lose the challenge, go right back to the penalty kill.
In comes Plachta with it, swings that rink wide. Another wrinkle in the rules, of course, is normally when you get a power play, the face-off is in the offensive zone, but because that was after a goal.
Back to center.
Seider drops it back for Eisenschmied.
Real opportunity here for Germany to pull this open.
Which has been tough to do against Kazakhstan.
And by letting them hang around, they've found a way to pull points out of games. If you can get it to 2 or 3 like the US did.
Svedberg shot at the length of the ice, hit the dasher, and it went over the glass. I'll give him $100 and 100 pucks to do that again once.
Unlikely. But now the tough break is the faceoff comes all the way back down to the defensive zone for Kazakhstan, and the clock stops. So you're losing 20 seconds of up ice time.
Plachta drops that back to Seider. Moritz Seider snaps it across to Eisenschmied, moves in and shoots, and Boyarkin makes the save.
A couple shots in a row where Germany has pulled it right past Boyarkin. Has looked so good throughout the tournament. Eisenschmied tries him one more time, thinking I got him before from 30 feet. Can I do it again?
Eisenschmied. Back to Plachta, to Seider. Eisenschmied. Works it back across. Plachta drive. He pounded that wide.
Pepper that puck. Snapper, slapper, whatever you want.
Leubel spins and shoots, and Boyarkin reached out to knock that away. Now Eisenschmied back with it. Back to Seider, centering pass to Leubel. That missed Eisenschmied. Eisenschmied back in the corner to Tiffels for Seider. Seider throws that through the traffic, and Tiffels couldn't quite reach it.
That was supposed to be a pass all the way past Leubel down to Tiffels.
Now Tiffels flips it back neatly for Plachta, walks in. Back down to Tiffels to Plachta. In for Seider. Plachta shoots. That was blocked by Dietz, and Dietz sends it down. And on the forecheck of Colson, jam play at the side of the goal. Niederberger down. The puck squirted free, picked up by Seider. Seider spins back, so Kazakhstan kills off that penalty after the coach's challenge. Now winding in his Nobles, flips that back end for Foto. That's broken up. Svedberg on it.
And there's definitely one player short on Germany's bench. Lucas Reichel no longer.
Foto back across the Nobles. The Foto shoots, and Boyarkin makes a point-blank save. Back at the line is Miller. Jonas Miller fired that wide. And Volk with it. That pass picked up by Reeder.
Not offside.
Offside. It shouldn't be. The
Volk.
Germans are arguing.
Volk passed it back into his own end.
3:11 to go here in the second period. Offsides abound in Riga, Latvia. Germany has struck on the power play again in this game to take a 2-1 lead on Kazakhstan, which has proved to be a tough out so far in this World Championship. Kazakhstan played in the top group at the World Junior Championship in 2019, survived relegation, and then got bounced down in 2020. Age-out tournaments are tough for countries like Kazakhstan. Wagner plays it back in. Germany got relegated to the World Junior in 2015. Took 5 years to get back to the top group this year.
Feels like they're on their way to stay, press up in the World Chip rankings. They're currently 7th.
Yep, they're an automatic entrant into the Olympics next year as a top 8 country. Brought in by Plak that drops it off to Reeder. That's poke checked away by Matukov. Miles tries to play that ahead. Reeder throws it back in, and back to pick it up now is Stepanenko. Ivan Stepanenko. Lost the puck to Plachta. And Matukov plays that back across. Volk slides it back down to the German zone. Eisenschmied with it. Marcus Eisenschmied. In across the line, shoots, and Boyarkin makes a glove save. You have to be careful judging a country's performance based on results in tournaments, which are...
Great reaction from the coach as he wins one and then another goal. He's gonna challenge that one, not so successful. That's okay, you got me. I got you the first one, you got me the second.
But single elimination games and quarterfinals and such can be hard to evaluate. For Germany, it's year-by-year results and young players produced. And you look at the young players that Germany's producing. We talked about it earlier with the likes of Stutzla, Reichel, Peterka, Seider, Nobles. Trying to play that back across, and Nobles gets tied up in the corner.
Leon Drysdale was watching. He's probably saying, hang on, I'm not that old.
He's 25, yeah. That long shot knocked away by Boyarkin. Nico Sturm had a good year for Minnesota this year. Novak knocks it back. What a hard shot. He ripped that wide.
It's like Ross Courtnall peppering the glass here.
Now a shot by Brandt drifts wide as well. Holzer picks it up. Corbinian Holzer shoots. Boyarkin knocks that out. Eisenschmidt. Back to Kramer. To Holzer. Back in for Eisenschmidt. Eisenschmidt shoots. That deflects wide.
See Plachta checking his heels, make sure he's not in the blue paint in front of the crease.
Played back in by Kramer. In the early morning hours in Vancouver, Ray Ferraro yelling, "Told you." Plachta, he loves that crease rule, and he's right. We've had almost no discussion of goalie interference or...
No.
Played back to Holzer. For Plachta, bounced off his stick. Romerev with it, but time winding down the period. He'll send it down. And it's a 2-1 lead for Germany after this second period of play.
Germany fell behind briefly, but rallying back. Some reviews, some challenges, but Germany in front would like to stretch it out one more. Don't leave Kazakhstan hanging around.
You're watching the 2021 World Hockey Championship from Riga, Latvia. Our second intermission is coming up.
past 2 years, we had to pause the game that we love. But the love for the game has never died. Ice hockey is ours. Our endless spirit, our passion, our love. Little by little, the IIHF is bringing the game back. It's time to get back on the ice.
Игра состоит из множества моментов. Каждый момент приближает тебя к выигрышу. Ближе и ближе. Движение за движением. Касание за касанием. Момент за моментом. И победа.
Rezultāts pēc otrā perioda. Kazahstānas izlase 1, Vācijas izlase 2. Metienu pa vārtiem otrajā periodā Vācijas izlase 19.
Let's go, guys! Let's go! No hands here! Good, good! Move it! Hey, play the puck! Play the puck!
It is offside. We have no goal. We set back time to 6:41.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. No, we didn't drop the puck, listen. He didn't drop the puck, we have time. That's it.
So it's good goal and 2 minutes for Kazakhstan.
Okay, thank you. I didn't see how good of a swing you had in there, but be careful. I don't know if you ever even
I didn't
swung.
touch him.
Yeah, I know, but you know.
Well, Nikita Boyarkin's been a big part of the story for Kazakhstan in this tournament. His team down 2-1 after one. Matthias Niederberger beaten once so far in this game in his third start of the tournament. So Germany trying to run its record of 4-0. Lucas Reichel did not take a shift for Germany in the second period. He's not on the bench after being hit in the head in the first period.
Stepanenko stepped up on him and kind of flushed the side of the head.
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
He's very polite there. Thank you. Well done. Like a referee with nice manners.
Sagadeyev flips that down on goal, and Niederberger gloves that. Now some pushing and shoving breaks out. Colson, who's been running hot the entire game, gets his gloves up there.
So he goes running into the German defenseman, shoves him back onto Niederberger, initiates a scrum, starts pushing and shoving. The referee talks, so immediately puts his hands up like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of that. My bad. Let's see, the official's still having a good time with it.
Sider plays it around for Reeder. Knocked down by Sagadeyev. That shot bounces right back to him. At the point is Dietz. Sagadeyev pokes at it. And Promer moves it ahead for Germany. Knocked down by Dietz. Lead pass for Colson. And a step taken down by Moritz Miller. Oh, that's going to be a penalty shot. I wondered. And yeah, a penalty shot awarded to Kazakhstan on the Moritz Miller trip.
I thought it was a good decision. Get him before he gets past you, but he was going to be in alone. Just didn't know if he was there yet. Sticks the leg, sticks right between his legs. He was going to be in alone. Mueller was not pivoting in time, but he's very much even with him when he makes that penalty. I got no problem with penalty shots. I'm all for erring. When in doubt, give the penalty shot. Yeah.
Now, it can be anyone.
Doesn't have to be. Starchenko, captain, gonna step out to take it. What a moment. 31 seconds into the third.
He's got experience. He's taken 3 shootout attempts in the tournament. He scored on 2 of them, so.
Hasn't even been on the ice yet in this period.
And a chance to tie it up on a penalty shot early in the third. Starchenko works in, scores, and the game is tied at 2.
Did he ever make that look easy? Slow down, check your glove there at the blue line. Cut across, right to left, and then right along the ice. We'll get a great look at it here. He starts to drop his left leg, and oh my goodness.
Wow, that's not a very big space.
He picked it clean. Misread by Niederberger, great finish by Starchenko, and Kazakhstan has tied the game.
So Starchenko had the shootout winner for Kazakhstan in their first game against Latvia. The IIHF used to award you a goal for that. They don't anymore. So that's his first goal of the tournament.
That's a good adjustment. No need to give those credit for those actual goals on the tally.
Blackman drops it back. Holds for a shot that deflected just wide. So this has been a wild hockey game. 2 video reviews, 1 successful, 1 unsuccessful. A penalty shot, and a 2-2 game here in the third period. Falk plays it around to Starchenko. Mihalis. Back to Stepchenko. That shot deflected wide. Stepanenko. Up ahead for Mihalis. Erased off the puck. Now it's picked up by Romerev. Romerev back to Stepanenko. Romerev winds his way in. A little backhand shot at the side of the goal. Now Mihalis with a sharp angle shot. Niederberger the save. And he'll hang on to that. And Kazakhstan buzzing here early in the third period.
Yeah, Maurice Mueller's got a decision to make. I'm not going to catch him, so I'll let him go, or I'll trip him now. And maybe Sider might have had an angle. It was very close, but again, right by the right foot. That is a great shot to make. Niederberger just did not read it off the blade at all. Fooled completely.
Face off, won by Shestakov. Back to Dietz. Matukov to Shin. His long shot gloved by Niederberger, and he'll hang on to that as Shestakov was standing right in front. And there is Alexei Matukov.
So the entire philosophy for both teams completely shifts 30 seconds into the period. Where Germany's thinking we're going to grind this out, we're going to be smart, we're going to play with the lead. Kazakhstan trying to preach patience and maybe eventually get a little bit more desperate. And now it's all even up.
Long point shot knocked away as Matukov got that away. Now Brana centering pass. Noble shoots, and Poyarkin reached out, but the shot went wide. Back at the point, Novak a shot, and that's blocked by Shin. Romero works his way with Dietz, shoots, that goes wide. And Noble's back with it for Germany, plays it back down. Jesse Blacker picks it up for Kazakhstan. Nigel Dawes, by the way, a Canadian who's been a scoring star for Kazakhstan and in Kazakhstan for years, elected not to play this year. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, Mike, there's no relegation to this year's tournament, so maybe not the same urgency for Dawes, who cited family reasons for passing on the tournament. Dawes had to wait 4 years to play for Kazakhstan, and he had played before for Canada at the World Junior Championship. If you haven't played for another country before, you have to play 2 consecutive years in their league and, of course, obtain citizenship. You must be a citizen of the country that you play for.
Great opportunity for guys like Nigel Dawes, who played for Canada at the World Juniors 2005, but will not play for them internationally now, so you get to still play at this high-level competition.
And they coming to Kazakhstan here. Gavanka swings back with it. The extra skater comes on. It's Plakta. Look out.
Plakta's had some adventures when he had his own goalie net out. He almost shot one in his own net a couple games ago.
Yep. Killing a 5-on-3. A penalty was coming to Italy. He dropped it back and almost went in his own goal. Then he scored, and it was theoretically a goal scored 2 men down.
Short-handed 5-on-3 goal for after almost an own goal against.
Reeder, never dull around here.
No, it's always something going on.
Falk across the line. The touch up will bring the stoppage in play, and a holding call will go to Kazakhstan's Dmitry Shevchenko.
It was on the power play where Germany scored their second goal, getting them the lead. Sider wound it up. Eisenschmidt got the puck behind Boyarkin. Bad reach by Big Shevchenko. See if Germany can't regain the lead again.
Face-off won by Kazakhstan. A good draw won by Shestakov. That allows them to clear it down. Kazakhstan's been good at face-offs in the tournament.
It's a good thing to be when you play in your own end a lot.
Sider to Plakta. Across to Eisenschmidt. Drops it off to Tiffel. Eisenschmidt plays it around to Leubel. Leubel to Eisenschmidt. Back to Sider. Sider shoots. That got through, and Boyarkin makes the stop.
This is a classic box against a 1-3-1, and Sider's thinking, if I can just get it past the guy in front of me, I have 2 guys all alone in front of the net. Both can have a crack. 1 swing, 2 swing. They both missed it, but that's the idea. Get it down there. Clean looks at tips or rebounds if there is one.
Sider played in Grand Rapids in the American League 2 years ago, Detroit's American League affiliate. This year in Rogla in the Swedish League. Blocked to Eisenschmidt, and Sider at the top takes that pass from Eisenschmidt, feeds it back to him. Eisenschmidt to Sider. That shot goes just wide. Sider played in the 2019 championship. Kazakhstan hollering for a penalty there. Eisenschmidt shoots, missed short side. And now Leubel on it. Back to Plakta. Plakta works in, feeds across. Eisenschmidt got that rolling puck. Boyarkin throws everything, including his stick at that. Now he's got no stick. Eisenschmidt back across to Plakta. Sider to Eisenschmidt. Shoots, Boyarkin save, Tiffels. A backhand shot, Boyarkin stopped that. Kazakhstan clears it down as Boyarkin retrieves his stick.
That's a fantastic save. No stick. Tip from Leubel right in front, and Boyarkin finds a way. As the Kazakhstan bench is erupting on the officials wanting some penalties on Germany during that power play.
The linesman, there's 2 broken sticks. He just laid them in front of the Kazakhstan bench.
We're going to have a sit down and understand the logic behind this one as well.
Well, they're neatly stacked.
Well, the guys want them because one of them's not broken. He wants to play with it.
Brandt works his way in. Here comes Brandt with it now. Final second of the German power play. Drop back. Noble's cued that wide. Falk back on it. And Shevchenko's back on the ice for Kazakhstan. 2 shots on goal for Germany. That power play remains a 2-2 tie. Brandt to Gavanka, broken up. Falk with it. And Curtis Falk looks ahead, and the pass just out of the reach of Shevchenko. Gavanka. And Shevchenko that time wouldn't reach him with a stick. In comes Gavanka, coast to coast. That's blocked in front by Stepanenko.
And look at that, Gord. Little cleanup duty in the neutral zone. Sticks are no longer there. They hurt us. Put him in the penalty or the camera well between the benches.
Well, the referees picked one up.
Still playing with it.
Romerev. Rink wide pass to Shin. Spins back in front of Novak. And here's Jonas Miller on it. Miller back to Novak. Marko Novak plays for Dusseldorf in the German league. Up for Kramer. Segadeev digs for it in the corner. 7 gone here in the third period. Kolzin pokes out ahead. Shevchenko tried to feed that back in front, went off a skate and wide. Shevchenko. Stick tied up there by Novak, and Shevchenko's arguing. And now peeling back is Jonas Müller. Back to Wagner. Lead pass to Kastner, drops it back, and that shot taken by Eisenschmidt goes wide. Bounces by Wagner and back down the ice to the German zone. Wagner back to Holzer. Snaps that pass, Ed Volk got a stick on that. And the puck goes up and out of play. 12:09 to go in the third period. Kazakhstan and Germany in a 2-2 tie. Last time these teams faced each other in the World Championship was the 2014 tournament. Germany won in a shootout.
Well, it's a little foreshadowing perhaps. Kazakhstan won their first 2 games of this tournament in a shootout.
Kazakhstan actually took the lead in this game. Scored the first goal. Holzer back across to Wagner. Up for Eisenschmidt. Germany actually trailed earlier in the tournament to Italy. Late in the first period, they were down 2-1 for about 30 seconds.
So the offense got going, put up a 9 spot on Italy, 5 against Norway.
3-1 win over Canada. And now grinding it out like everyone does against Kazakhstan. Seider knocked off stride. Plays that ahead. Petuhov. Seider, great job there to ride Petukov off the puck. Petuhov digging for it again. Niederberger down. And it's picked out by Nobles. Germany breaks out 4 wide. Nobles fires that down. Shalapov back for it, being watched there by Kastner.
Germany has missed Reichel second and third period. His speed that he adds to that line with Teifel, with Nobles and Fortel, they've been so good for the first few games, and they missed that pace.
Romerev plays that ahead. Brandt drops it back. Here's Novak. Back to Brandt, around to Novak. Lifts that high in the air. Kramer reaching for it. Svedberg goes back. He's taken down there by Kramer. Kuhnackel on it. Tom Kuhnackel has a goal in this game. He tied it up in the first period. There's Brandt, tees it up and shoots. Whistle, that's just high. And Moritz Miller couldn't hold that. At the blue line, Brandt with it. Midway point now of the third period. Germany can all but clinch a spot in the quarterfinals with a regulation win today.
They have some tough opponents coming up. They're hoping to get the full 3 in this one and sort of get the job done today.
Well, as Miller moves in, Germany's got Finland, the United States, and Latvia left. Not out of the question there could be fans in the stands for that last game against Latvia next Tuesday.
Oh my, could you imagine? It's been a long time since I've been at a game with fans in the stands.
And Latvian fans on top of it. Gabanka. Shot was kicked away by Boyarkin. Here's Bergman with it. Shoots. That's hacked away by Medukov. Kolzin plays it ahead. And Shevchenko moves it in for Kazakhstan. There are elections here on June the 5th. So there's a lot of pressure on the Latvian authorities to open up the buildings, the restaurants. Bergman shoots. That's gloved by Boyarkin. 2-2 the score here in the third period of the 2021 World Hockey Championship. Day 6 of the 2021 World Hockey Championship. Later tonight, Canada will take on Norway in this arena. Plachta picks it up in a game that Canada pretty much has to have.
Not pretty much. If they have any intention of making the quarterfinals, they have to run the table in the next 3 games for sure, and then see what happens on the last day of the round robin versus Finland.
Shalapov bangs it back around, but it hit the official with it. That drops down on the feet of Holzer. Korbinian Holzer up for Eisenschmidt. Volk moves in with Mihalis. I hate to say it, but that looked offside. Here's Mihalis with it. Volk tipped that wide. Please don't score here. Not sure I could take another video review.
Re-rack a few minutes on the clock.
Blacker. Back to Svedberg. Shoots. That rattles high and wide. Blacker around. Svedberg on it. Svedberg plays it back in deep. Here's Holzer waiting for it. He got bumped there by Volk. Picked out by Panyukov. And the puck leaves the zone.
Wow, you can breathe easy. Svedberg with a wayward pass clears the zone. Don't see a real sense of urgency out of Germany.
Right.
To try to push and get this done in regulation.
Missed it earlier. Dominic Cahoon will join them from Edmonton. They've added 3 other players who are already in their camp in the bubble, so they can join them anytime. Cahoon's got to wait. The earliest he can play is next Tuesday, the last game of the round robin.
When you arrive, that is considered day 1. Yep. We're assuming that would be today, Wednesday. You can play on day 6, which would be Tuesday, which is the last day of the round robin. Get 1 game in before the quarterfinals. I imagine Germany was holding out hope for perhaps Leon Draisaitl as well. Or if Nico Sturm had been knocked out in the Minnesota series. Denmark added a whole bunch of people once Nick Ehlers advanced. Teams were waiting.
Drop back to Dietz with a shot that goes off a leg and wide. The preliminary round ends Tuesday. The quarterfinals next Thursday. Semifinals Saturday. Gold medal and bronze medal games are on Sunday. In comes Nobles with it. Nobles slides that down to Födel. Dietz, lead pass for Shevchenko. That was out of his reach. Shevchenko's had an active day for Kazakhstan leads that for Dietz. Dietz shoots, Niederberger the stop, and he'll hop on that.
That's a good way to describe Shevchenko. He's had a penalty, he's been involved in a few things. He's showing a willingness to stretch the zone. Kazakhstan, the first few games we saw them, Gord, were always packed in. Everybody in their own end, everyone back. This game, they spent a little more time exploring options, stretching the zone, getting more space.
Face off, one back to Stepanenko. And Segadev got a shot away there that Niederberger quickly hangs on to.
Segadev going with the right-handed face-off grip, won that one cleanly.
Okay, flips his stick over.
Basically holds it as a righty, turns his bottom hand over so the right side becomes his power side.
Here he goes, he's flipped his stick over again, so.
Going back on what would be his backhand with a forehand curve.
And wins it back again. Stepanenko shoots, that was blocked in front by Kramer. Kramer's away with Reeder. And now Shevchenko back the other way, holds and shoots. That's gloved by Niederberger. Hang on to that, and we'll see if Segadev gets a third chance at this face-off. Nope, they're going to make a change.
Not easy for a man who's 6'5", 225 pounds to go with a stop-up because it's just hard for you to stop that much faster than your defender. Shevchenko, pretty good job getting the wrister in on Niederberger.
This will be Volk for the face-off. 9 foreign players on this Kazakh roster. 3 of them are Canadians. The rest are born in Russia. One Swede as well, Svedberg. Starchenko tries to kick that free. Played around by Tipples. And Volk intercepted that. Volk with the play the last 5 minutes or so has been in the German end. Blacker slides out ahead.
One team is skating forward, one team is always skating backwards. Another deals from the early push by Kazakhstan. Early goal, penalty shot.
In comes Tipples, chips that in. Scooped up by Shestakov. And now Shestakov spins back. Thanks that back to Stepanenko.
Maybe if you're Germany thinking we have 9, we get 10 by getting to overtime, take our chances there. 11 puts it in a pretty good spot as well.
That pass picked off. That long shot, rebound. Oh, 2 great stops there by Niederberger. The first by Shalapov for the point. Then on the rebound, Patuhov with a chance. Leubel up at Eisenschmidt. 2 great stops by Niederberger there. Inside 5 to go in the 3rd period. Lead pass to Patuhov. Spins back in the corner. He's got Moritz Miller all over him. Panyukov. Lost the puck to Moritz Miller. And the German captain slides that back down to the Kazakhstan zone.
What an opportunity for Patuhov. Niederberger flashing those quick legs a couple times on the tip and the rebound.
Lead pass, breaking in, great chance, score! Pavel Akolzin on the brink, and Kazakhstan has taken the lead again.
Akolzin gets sprung as Marcel Brandt falls at the blue line, and another breakaway. Oh, it's just a heel pit. It just catches an edge. Rolls an ankle almost as Brandt. You watch him. He just catches an edge and goes down. All of a sudden, Akolzin's wide open.
Patuhov with a great pass.
Hit some tape to tape, get it flat, and then Niederberger, a smaller goaltender, is beaten upstairs, and can't even believe it.
Akolzin's first goal of the World Championship, and with 4:18 to go in the 3rd period, Kazakhstan won't go away. It's their 15th shot. They've scored 3 goals for the first time in a game of the tournament. They had a 3-2 shootout win earlier, but that's the 3rd goal is not a regulation goal. Now a chance for Kramer, turned away as Bayarkin makes a good stop. This changes everything now. Kazakhstan has 4 points already thanks to the pair of shootout wins. Now move back to Novak. Marko Novak fires that down the Kazakh zone. Kunakel on it. Drops it back to Reeder. He fired that wide. Shin on it. That's knocked down by Reeder. Tobias Reeder shoots. Bayarkin save. And he looked back quickly, but there's no rebound. And he hangs on. Pavel Kolzin has Kazakhstan ahead 3-2 in the third. .316 to go in the third period. The face-off in the Kazakhstan zone. Germany down by 1. Undefeated so far in this World Hockey Championship. And Leubel for the face-off against Sagadeyev, who this time keeps his left-handed stick pointed left. Leubel back for Jonas Müller.
Here Kazakhstan, strong on the puck, make passes, but good discipline with your sticks, with your body. No cheap penalties.
Dukov back for it. He and Dietz will be prominent figures down the stretch here for Kazakhstan. Their top defense pair. At the line, Gavanka with it. Gavanka plays it back in. 2:45 to go in the third. No movement yet from Niederberger in the German goal. Back at the point is Plachta. Shoots! Hit a leg in front. And now bounce back down the ice by Sagadeyev. Gavanka with it. Across to Plachta. And Plachta plays that ahead. Dietz races to it. Drops that back to Shevchenko. Lead pass to Volk. He's got Mihalis with him, and Blacker jumps in. Volk just peels back and then lays that in deep for Mihalis. Back at the point, that shot taken by Svedberg. Went off a leg and wide. 2 to go here in the third. Starchenko tried to play it in deep. It's lifted up by Holzer. He had Noble streaking ahead. And now the play is called offside at the German line.
They don't like it, but what are you going to do? Here's the great save by Niederberger that preceded the breakaway goal. And it's just an unfortunate for Brandt. Falls down. And Kolzin makes him pay. Timeout for Germany, 1:56. I think it's as much as resting his guys as setting up some sort of play. It's going to be a neutral zone face-off. So Plachta, Fordel, Nobles, those guys will be all out there. Get them a minute-long rest before the final push.
This is Kazakhstan's 9th time in the top group at the World Championship. Only once before had they not been relegated.
Well,
their best ever finish is 12th.
They're going to best that. They have Italy, Norway, and Canada left. If they're able to win this game, just Italy and Norway alone will get them to 13 points. That will get them in the quarterfinals. This is...
So Niederberger to the bench.
bracket-busting kind of win for Kazakhstan.
That was called an intentional offside against Kazakhstan.
I understand the debate then.
Dietz plays it around. Knocked back in by Seiner, so 6 skaters on 5 for Germany. Eisenschmied. Tied up in the corner. Fodel on it. 3 German players around that puck. It's played back to Seider. Seider in for Eisenschmied. Kuhnhackl parked in front. Here's Seiner. Back across to Plachta. To Nobles. Back for Plachta. To Seider. Plachta tees it up and shoots. That goes off the foot of a Colson. 80 seconds to go in the 3rd period. Seider. Had that knocked by him, by Shevchenko. Nobles moves it ahead for Kuhnhackl. Tom Kuhnhackl feeds that back to Plachta. Rolling puck goes around to Eisenschmied. And we've got 1 minute left now in the 3rd period. Dietz played it out for Kazakhstan. Bumped back in by Seider, bouncing puck. Bayarkin careful with that. Dietz looking for the empty net, misses it. Icing called against Kazakhstan. The faceoff back down to their zone.
Not a bad idea from Darren Dietz.
And Kazakhstan will do something you can't do in the NHL. They'll call timeout after an icing.
And knowing that, that's part of the reason why you go for the empty net. You hit it, you're great. And Kazakhstan will take their timeout. Don't know if the Germans knew that you're allowed to do that. There were a lot of cries of that's an icing, you can't do that, but you can. And so 48.6, everyone get a breath. If you're Germany, know your responsibility scored on a 1 draw. What are we trying to get accomplished? And maybe even more importantly, on a lost draw. How do we pressure to make sure the puck doesn't get down the ice?
And very little being done tactically here on the Kazakh end of it.
Breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. That's the advice you're getting. Breathe.
Sagadeyev back out there to take the face-off. It'll be on the right face-off circle as he looks at it. So once again, we're going to flip his stick over here.
We have to see Fordel, a righty, going in.
No, he's going to keep it lefty.
Because he's going up against a righty.
Six skaters on 5 and a warning to Sagadeyev. Scramble draw controlled by Kazakhstan. And Shevchenko lays it softly down as Plachta goes back. Banks it around to Nobles. For Seider. Look out, that centering pass from Shevchenko almost got there. Seider's the only defenseman on the ice for Germany. He and 5 forwards out there. Seider rink wide to Fodel. Fodel across to Kuhnhackl. Threads that ahead. Knocked down the line by Seider. Moritz Seider. In for Eisenschmied, back to Seider. Time winding down, shoots. That's blocked by Shevchenko. He'll play it out. And back to center ice. Time winding down here in the 3rd period. Seider shoots it down. And Kazakhstan stuns Germany. Coming back to win it by a score of 3-2. A penalty shot goal early in the 3rd period ties it up. And then a breakaway goal by Pavel Colson with less than 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. And Kazakhstan is now 3-1 in the tournament, as is Germany.
You can see the celebration from the bench, the energy. And Kazakhstan no longer just trying to be competitive. They are thinking about quarterfinals. We talked about the remaining schedule. Canada, Italy, Norway. They kind of control their own fate here with a couple more wins in the last 3 games to get to the quarterfinals. Boyarkin, great once again, and timely scoring.
Kazakhstan or Germany rather, for a big win over Canada.
Can't back it up. Really just 15 shots for Kazakhstan. But a couple breakaways were the difference in the 3rd period.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded with the official watch by Disallowed, official timekeeper of 2021 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. Best player Team Germany. 53. Moritz Seider.
Played big minutes, physically engaged, but will be disappointed to picking up this watch in the loss.
Labākais Kazahstānas izlases spēlētājs.
Best player of Team Kazakhstan.
49. numurs.
Number 49, Alexander Shin.
He opened the scoring in the game. Oh, Kazakhstan, that is a big win in this tournament.
And 3 wins in a World Championship for the first time in their history.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Of course, first time in history. That is the theme this year.
Kazakhstan.
Nākamā 2021. gada pasaules čempionāta hokeja spēle jau šogad arēnā Rīga pulksteni 20:15 pēc savas starpaliksies Kanādas un Norvēģijas pasaulēs.
The 2021 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship will continue today in Riga at 8:15 p.m. with a game between Team Canada and Team Norway.
Moritz, Germany had scored 17 goals through their first 3 games, only able to get 2 past Nikita Bjorkin today. What were your thoughts on what played out today?
Well, I think part of the game we played a really good hockey game where we just couldn't manage to get the puck behind the goalie. I got to give credit to the Kazakh team. They played an outstanding game today, and we're going to bounce back from that.
Kazakhstan with the game-winning goal on just their 15th shot. What stands out to you about Kazakhstan's style of play, if you could answer in your own language?
In my own language, ja. Sie spielen sehr gut defensiv, halten viel vom eigenen Tor weg, warten geduldig auf ihre Chancen und sind dann sehr effektiv.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Technology for the future. How about
Victor, Germany was 3-0 entering today's game. How did you solve them?
We played our game. I think we played our system, and we try to play the same system whoever we play here, and it's been quite successful for us so far. So we try to keep playing our way, and the opponents really doesn't matter. We try to play the best we can with our play. So and it worked out today. So yeah, we're happy.
15 shots, 3 goals. A lot has been made about your team's defensive play. What would you say about your team's offense?
I mean, today we really capitalized when we got the chances, which is important, and that's key to our success too. We try to play very solid and not give up too many chances in the slot, and let them have the shots from the outside. But when we get our chances, we got to capitalize, and we did today.
You mentioned your team's success. What would you say to people who are surprised by Kazakhstan's start of the tournament?
I mean, they can be as surprised as they want. We know what we expected, and we know we can compete with all the teams in this tournament. So that's our mindset to compete every game here.
Victor, thank you.
Thank you.
Lycka till.
The IIHF is bringing the game back. It's time to get back on the ice.
Игра состоит из множества моментов. Каждый момент приближает тебя к выигрышу. Ближе и ближе. Движение за движением. Касание за касанием. Момент за моментом. И победа у тебя в руках. Лови момент для ставки